the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight, we are here at Daytona International Speedway. We continue on in the NSRA Sunday Select Series. These drivers get ready to rock and roll once again for another night of outstanding racing action. In the booth here with me tonight, none other than Travis Elliott. Travis, thank you so much for joining us here tonight.
Yeah, KR, I'm glad to be back, invited back for this season. I missed last week, but I'm hoping that these guys can, make up for me not being here.
All right, well, I will never forgive these egregious actions, but it's okay. It's not about what I want. It's about what you want. And Travis, first of all, glad to have you this one. We know you had to get some sleep in last week, so glad you're here, man. And, well, getting ready to roll into qualifying. Practice done and over with. Russell Hancock, fastest driver in practice. And Travis, qualifying is when kind of the rubber starts hitting the road.
Yeah, you can kind of gauge where people are gonna kind of be on the speed chart, just because it's all about smoothness, and that really translates well to the race. But I always say this every single week: qualifying and plate tracks. I mean, you're just pretty much trying to get the pit box, and pit boxes help, but you're always waiting for those big cautions to happen. As the night of Mr. Pondo Co is rolling out on track right now in a very nice car, I must say. I quite like his paint job. They did a great job in the booth.
Well, if you would have been here last week, you would have seen it. It's old news this week.
Oh,
yeah.
Everybody's cars is old news.
Get wrecked. Sorry. All right, that's the last one. That's the last one, I promise.
That's okay. I deserve it.
No, you don't. You don't. Travis, man, I did miss you, but I am glad you are here. So qualifying is rolling out. Everyone here at Daytona using that warm-up lap and getting high, wide, and handsome right along the wall. Les Levy, his hometown being confidential, his age, 20 years old. Barely out of diapers, so Les Levy probably gonna poo himself here tonight.
Hey, he's probably wearing a diaper, actually. I'm pretty sure he. I think him and a couple guys that I know ran. There was a 6 hours of like the Coke Speedway. Well, it's not Coke Speedway. It's generic soda.
iRacing Super Speedway.
Yeah, but it's fun to call it like a generic soda name. So like Fago Speedway. But.
Like a Dr. Thunder type of generic?
Yeah, like Wolf Cola, like kind of like that. But I guarantee you he was wearing a diaper yesterday, because 6 hours around there is nothing compared to 80 laps around Daytona.
Well, drivers are starting to post some lap times here. Right now, Bryce Hunter with the fastest lap time. Mark Mann working his way around. Russell Hancock, who we talked about being the fastest driver in practice, right now finds himself in a third spot in the running order. So Hancock trying to lay down a quick time.
And Mark Mann just came up and slapped everybody out of the top.
And Mark Mann is on top of the leaderboard. Dana Osborne in the 88, trying to make his way in to the top of the leaderboard, post a 47.6 9-6. Russell Hancock moves into second. So a quick time from Russell Hancock. Jimmy Reynolds in the 28 machine finding himself inside the top 5 for the moment. And Rick Greenaway in the 15 machine. Gonna get a little bit crazy coming off the corner there. Greenaway in a 14th spot for the moment as more and more lap times are coming in.
Yeah, Mark Mann still. Oh, as soon as I start to say that, Paul Servant gets him by a few 100ths of a second. But Les Levy's up there on the third on the speed chart, and Anthony English is 4th, with Russ Hancock being in the top 5 right now. So a lot of names that we know very well. Paul Servant, Mark Mann, Les. Names like Jimmy Reynolds, I know previously in like the previous season, he was kind of a quiet mid-pack kind of guy, but I feel like I talked to him earlier this week and he feels really confident about his chances this season, KR.
All right, so a couple of you checking in on YouTube chat. Mara Clark Logan also checking in is a Checkered Flag Motorsports. Thank you very much, guys, stopping by and saying hello. Jordan Wright getting done with his qualifying lap. That 48 machine is shutting it down. He is in a 16th spot for the moment. Daniel Holloway getting ready to roll off his lap time. As Holloway makes his way around, we are going to step away for the national anthems here tonight. So no one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers start to roll out for tonight's race. Presented by 3 Wide Motorsports. Paul Servant, your pole sitter. Mark Mann on the outside of row number 1. Row number 2 goes to Les Levy, Anthony English. Row 3, Russ Hancock, Jimmy Reynolds. Row 4, Daniel Holloway, Jason Grames. Row 5, Dana Osborne and Pondo Co. And then row number 6 goes to DJ Mitzel and JR Johnson.
Row number 7 is Sean Stevens and Jason Collins. Row number 8, Chris Akers and Bryce Harper. Row number 9, Jordan Wright and Dustin Barber. Row number 10, Rick Greenaway and Michael Hinton. Row number... Sorry, I lost count because my numbers got messed up. Row number 11 is going to be JD Crow and Nick Mills. And then on the final row will be Daniel Harrington and Stephen Herman. And bringing up the rear of the field, 31 is Todd Boston.
All right, the lights have gone out on the pace car. Down and away it goes. Paul Servant, the lone Canadian here tonight, gonna miss a shift. The 3 machine.
Ooh.
Falling asleep on that start. Everyone stacked up on the inside. That is gonna give Mark Mann in the 04 a clear advantage going into turn number 1. And Travis Elliott, Paul Servant, gonna want that one back.
Yep, you never want to miss a shift in front of the field. I've done it a few times, and I think everybody has before, but that has allowed the field to already be, not very spread out, but there's clearly a lot of cars that were caught out by that. And you have you have 3 or 4, like, kind of mini packs forming. Mark Mann, Anthony English, Jimmy Reynolds. It's kind of starting to come together now, but they're starting to pull away, and Mark Mann is going to be leading lap 1 with the 44 of Anthony English on his bumper.
So Mark Mann in the 04 leads lap number 1. The 44 machine of Anthony English making a move to the outside here, but a little bit of connection issues for the 44.
Yep, I think he is about to pop out unless his ping comes back down, but not looking too good. I don't even see him on my end, KR, but I just see Mark Mann and I see the 9 of Pondo Co getting down to that bottom. So I'm assuming he's up on top there as the 40 of, I believe that is Jason Grames, hops up to the top, trying to get that lead from Mark Mann, but Jimmy Reynolds is doing a great job keeping Mark Mann in front of this pack here, KR.
Yeah, the 04 took full advantage of the mistake by the 3 and almost contact between the 40 and the 28. But the 40 machine of Jason Grames making his way around the outside. Mikhail Hinton with the fastest lap of the race at a 44.54. Mikhail a little bit further back in the field right now. This 63 machine finding himself in 21st spot, but looks like another Zombies machine. Is that somebody that we need to talk with Todd Poston about? Is this zombie spreading?
Almost like the zombie virus isn't starting to infect the world, KR.
The Umbrella Corporation has made its way into NSRA. There are 2 zombies out there. And I'm not sure if they're infected by the same virus or not, but Todd Poston is working his way forward. Mikhail Hinton, so far, just kind of stagnant right now. Poston in the 31 machine, working that outside lane.
And as we were talking about Todd Poston's virus spreading to the field, spreading his zombie virus, Jason Grames took the lead from Mark Mann. And KR, even though we had that big kind of checkup at the very beginning, this pack is back together and formed up like nothing even happened, with the 44 of Anthony English leading that outside with Russ Hancock on his bumper. They still don't have a lot of help on the outside. Mark Mann's an excellent pusher, and that bottom line looks more formed to me than the outside, so it's going to be a while before they start getting going again. But I think with how the 40 passed Mark Mann, I think that top side, that second lane, will be really, really vital for this race tonight, KR.
As the field makes its way into the tri-oval to complete lap 5, and we start lap number 6. 80 laps are scheduled distance here tonight. Jason Grames out in front in this 40 machine, and you know what? I gotta say, it's been a long time coming for this 40 to be out in front. I hope he has a good night here. Driver well deserving of a race win. A lot of laps to go before we get to who is going to end up in victory lane.
Yeah, I think I remember last season he had a couple podium finishes, like closer to the later end of the season. There's a big wiggle from the field that kind of spread it out a little bit there, but yeah, that 40. I feel like he kind of started making more of a name known for himself in the last couple weeks of the season last year. I don't know about you, but Smart Man gets the apron two or three times, and a caution comes out, and Dan Harrington, and it looks like it was at the back of the pack, the contact between Stephen Herman and the 4 of Chris Akers getting together there, KR.
So Akers in the 4 machine as we try and find this one here. I think I got it now. It's actually going to start with Squirmin' Herman, Chris Akers, Dan Harrington, and the 46 machine of Nick Mills. All getting together, going into the corner there. That is going to bring out our first caution of the night.
Yeah, it looks like Gorman Herman got a little air taken off of his nose after he got into the 63's bumper a little bit, and it just sent him around. You hate to see it for the 82 of Dan Harrington. He's a pretty, he didn't qualify tonight. At least I don't think he did. But he's just sitting in the back biding his time. Same thing with the I believe that's the 46 of Nick Mills. And to get caught up in a wreck in the back, it can get you, man.
All right, so first caution of the night, and Logan pointing out a discrepancy as the drivers are responsible for entering in their information. And Paul Servant found a way to mess it up.
What did Mr. Servant do?
He put a space between his it's Paul Servant instead of Paul Servant. So I have to go in, and we gotta manually change this because Logan has rightfully pointed it out. So, hey, Logan. But while I'm doing this, we're not able to follow along here. So,
well, I can
Travis,
do the best
walk
I
us
can.
through what we're seeing.
You have a lot of people staying out. The 9 of Pondo Co., the 61 of DJ Mitchell, the 88 of Dana Osborne, the 21 of Danny Holloway, the 3 of Paul Servant, the 31 of Todd Poston, and the 15 of Rick Greenaway. The first car off of pit road is the 37 of JR Johnson. So interesting call that, the top 7 drivers did not hit pit road, so they're definitely off of a different strategy. Three of them being Candy Shack Motorsports, under the Candy Shack Motorsports stable, and then DJ Mitchell and Todd. I know for sure they're in the 3 wide team. So we already have some great pit strategy kind of coming out already, unless they're gonna hop down pit road at the 1 to go. But I don't think they're gonna be doing that right now.
Well, the 9 of Pondo Co. could tell the tale. Sports Crazy Boy 1981 saying we're running a full tank. There is a mistake on fuel.
Oh, that would do it.
If you want to double check that information here, Travis, and if you can confirm that.
I will do my best to.
Just pull up the info tab and see if it says 100%. Checkered flag coming in. Todd Hilton?
Yep. got told car has a full fuel load. Session setup error.
Oh, get wrecked. Let's all the admins are fired. Let's get some new admins. This is gonna throw a curveball into tonight's race.
It definitely will, because that goes from about 20 laps to 40, a little over 40 laps maybe. I haven't ran a full tank at a super speedway since the 500.
I don't think I've ever seen a full tank, but yeah, I'm with you. The 500 is somewhere between 40 to 50 laps of green flag racing.
If you get that, but yeah. So we're gonna see a lot of green flag runs. This is gonna be interesting to see who has the patience, really. And it seems that the fuel load, they're estimating around 39 laps, 39 to 40 laps, it seems. So we'll see, KR. Anything can happen, but
yeah. All right. Let's throw a curveball at it. Let's get her done, boys. As the green flag comes out, Hondo Co. and DJ Mitzel did not come down pit road. They're going to restart on the front row here and take full advantage of that clean air. And both of them running very close to side by side now. The 61 falls back a little bit as he comes off of turn number 2, but down the backstretch, Travis, we see this outside lane get a good shove.
Jesus, Dan Holloway with the shove of the race so far. He probably could have cleared himself, but he didn't want to get that close this early. But wow, that was just completely out of nowhere, KR.
All right, so since things have been going a little bit fast for me, because I'm just a scrub of a person, let's get into our race information. Our keys to the race coming straight from Candy Shack Motorsports here tonight. Green flag pit stops. You have got to be on point with that. Stay away from Rick Greenaway, and Dana Osborne is a noob. That is directly from Candy Shack Motorsports. So any cause of discomfort, send all of your complaints, questions, and cuss words to traviselliott@gmail.com.
How'd you know my Gmail?
That's a wild guess.
I think that would be directed to Candy Shack Motorsports organization at whatever email provider. Oh, reckon. Whoa.
Big jam up, and Dan Harrington had just set the fastest lap of the race. He is going to make his way through that one quite cleanly. Great driving by Dan Harrington.
It looks like the 343 of Russ. I don't know what happened there. He got a. It looks like he lost the back end.
Hancock, the 37 machine, getting involved of J.R. Johnson. Oh, sorry, I was not used to J.R. Johnson being in his 37. Let's take a look at this one from J.R. Johnson in the 37. And you see he gets turned. He's going to go airborne. The car sets back down hard. A wild ride for the 37, but he was right smack dab in the middle of it.
Yeah, he kind of got blindsided there, but yeah, from at least up here, from what I can see, it looks like the 343 got loose. He started to lose the back end of it, and it looks like he gave it a little too much wheel, and it just kind of sent it around into the 37's quarter panel, and that caused that big wreck there. A lot of cars involved in that.
Les Levy in the 62 did get airborne, so he is on diaper number 3 for the night.
Good thing he got those at the Costco, you know.
Right.
Got them in bulk.
Got them in bulk.
Looked like Jordan Wright got through that pretty cleanly, though. Close call. Hard into the brakes. about destroyed the 15 car, but got it woed up. I mean, he got as close as he could to Rick Greenaway, so but he got a little damage from it now that I see it. But 2 quick wrecks, KR.
2 very quick wrecks. Everyone on the pit road, except for the 31 Todd Poston, gonna stay out.
Might as well. You can't make it from here. Probably got about, I'd say anywhere from, yeah, like 40 on, you know. And this is just going to keep him getting a little bit further in that fuel run. But also, all these guys that are pitting right now, you know, topping their tanks off the past couple laps, they're going to have to take less fuel, and that's less time in the pits, KR.
It is, and Daniel Holloway making his way around. He comes off of pit road. Todd Poston and Jason Collins did not pit, but Collins got a weird stat on Collins. He pitted on lap 13. I'm not sure what's going on. Collins maybe caught up in the wreck, hit pit road, made his way around.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either.
And that is how it looks like to me.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting
back here.
He's getting the old let everybody by.
Yeah. Checkered Flag Motorsports from YouTube chat chiming in saying 38 to 40 laps on fuel. So thank you very much, Checkered Flag Motorsports. Checkered Flag Motorsports not necessarily operating under that name here tonight. Everyone flying underneath the Alliance banner. But quite a few drivers from Checkered Flag on the Monday night broadcast that I do with the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. Driving underneath Alliance. And Travis, you're in the booth here tonight, but tomorrow you're going to be suited up.
Yeah. Whole different ball game, you know. All the guys that are in the Alliance chat, each and every one of them, even Mr. Les Levy, as certain someone would call him.
Mr. I mean, he's kind of young.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, I'm actually older than Les, so, and being 20, you know. But yeah, they're all stout competitors. Really fun to race them, and I would say it's almost even more fun to get out here and watch them. It's a different perspective when you're on the track versus when you're just watching the broadcast, or you're up on the spotter stand watching the race. But it's a lot of fun to see people you race with, and you kind of learn their things that you don't notice on track because you can't see it really,
All right, here we go. 31 and the 21 on the front row for this restart. Todd Poston has not hit pit road yet this race. I'm gonna try and run this out, maybe all the way to the end. This could bite him in the butt, as there are no stages here with the NSRA. It is run until we are done. So Todd taking a big gamble, gaining a lot of positions. He is up 23 starts as the green flag comes out. Russell Hancock already getting a bit of that accordion effect. Maybe spun the tires, downshifted, something happened. Hancock lost quite a few spots. But we get to the green flag. The 31 and the 21 go side by side into turn number 1.
Yep, and the Candy Shack's motto tonight was stay away from the 15 of Rick Greenaway. Well, I mean, everybody's doing a pretty good job. Unfortunately for him, he's going to be pretty far back, and unless somebody comes back there to help him, he's going to kind of be out of luck for right now, unless he gets a caution. But 31 of Todd Poston looking strong with a 3 of Paul Servant behind him. A little bit of a wiggle, but Paul Servant goes to the top. He gets the bottom filled in, so he can't go back to the bottom. Dan Holloway, the big wiggle. His teammate pushing him, that caused the outside line to check up. That's going to kill the momentum of the outside for a little bit, but Dan Holloway is an excellent pusher, and I don't see why Paul Servant will not be You know, he's led that lap, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's leading that bottom lane going into the next lap here, KR.
Keep in mind, the 3 machine had a horrendous start. Put it on pole. Something happened on the first start of the race. And here he is battling back, clawing his way back to the race lead. The Paul Servant battling with Todd Poston in the 31 for the race lead. However, Todd Poston, right now, he is surrounded by Candy Shack Motorsports drivers. That is the 3 of Paul Servant, the 21 of Daniel Holloway, the 88 of Dana Osborne, who is a noob. Somehow, this field has allowed a noob like Dana. Oh, and the 3 is going to go around. He tried to drop down to the inside. Did not have Todd Poston cleared, and that is going to cause a huge stack up.
Yeah, he wasn't even close to being clear there. He probably needs to talk to his spotter there.
We'll back this up just one more time. The 31 and the 3 get together here. And a big stack up. Chris Akers involved, DJ Mitzel involved. And let me tell you, the 23 machine really got through that one. We're going to try and get this on his nose. They are crashing in front of the 23. He is sideways, dodging, dipping, dodging, ducking, and weaving the 5 Ds of dodgeball.
Patches O'Houlihan would be proud.
Yeah, I added weaving in. Had to make sure.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Yeah,
what it is.
Right, but it's still all 5 Ds, no matter what.
Well, man, you know, we were talking about maybe Todd Poston might have hurt himself. Well, he kind of hurt his car there because he has no rear end panel or bumper.
2 fast repairs available to our drivers. Paul Servant gonna need one. Todd Poston gonna need one. That was just one driver thinking he was cleared and just not quite got it done.
Yeah, he probably checked his mirror and tried to clear himself. You know, you have to be very confident with your. I mean, I wouldn't be. I'm not surprised that he tried that. Being, you know, Paul Servant is a very, from what I've seen here, he's a very talented driver, and clearing yourself like that takes guts, man. And he was not clear that time.
No, that really was just a big misjudge, and Paul Servant, 2 big mistakes from someone here on our NSRA Sunday Select Series who normally doesn't do stuff like that. So Paul kind of wanting to get some of these back. So here we go. Another reset, another opportunity for drivers to come down pit road. Drivers who stayed out: Dan Harrington, Rick Greenaway, J.R. Johnson, Jordan Wright, and Daniel Holloway all stayed out. First car off of pit road that made a pit stop, that is the 88 of Dana Osborne. Everyone else has made a pit stop. We started 24 cars here tonight, scheduled for 25, but before the event was able to kick off, JD Crow in the 17 machine pulled his car out of running contention. So JD Crow not able to make it here tonight. And of our drivers who are out there, well, 21 of them are on the lead lap.
Yep, and it looks like
maybe Stephen Herman making it 22.
Nah, he hopped out of pit
rolling.
road, but Chris Akers is still in pit road fixing his car.
Akers in the 4 machine sitting on pit road. Looks like he's going to get rolling before going a lap down. Well, no, he's going to end up a lap down.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so Stephen Herman was able to get out of pit road as the lights are off on the pace car. But you're leading this this restart, 21 and Dan Holloway, and a name that I have not heard in quite some time. KR, you mentioned it earlier, but Jordan Wright. That is a name I probably like a year used to race with him quite a bit in the that Monday series. But
here he is. He showed up last week, unlike other people. Name names.
Yeah.
And here he is, front row outside. And Travis, you get to talk about a former competitor.
Yeah, he's a pretty clean driver, if I remember correctly. I'll have to go back and watch the broadcast. He was a very competitive guy. Being it almost a year ago, it's hard to remember specific things, but I mean his name is in my head, so he obviously made somewhat an impression on me because I remember his name. You know, that's just such a big honor, KR.
Oh my goodness. Jordan Wright on the outside for this restart. On his inside, that is Daniel Holloway in the 21 machine, sporting a nice new shiny paint job for this season. Pace car down and away. The 21 machine stabs the throttle. Everyone trying to get up to speed, grabbing gears, trying to work through the gearbox quickly and efficiently. That 21 machine has his nose out in front of the 48 for the moment. That top side lane, a little bit scattered, a little bit broken up the bottom side with all the momentum, all the energy for the moment as they make their way onto the back stretch. And Ken checking in on YouTube chat saying he believes that Servant is the noob of the night. And it's hard to argue with that man's assessment.
That is true. I think Dana's passed on the dunce hat to him, but that outside line, it looked like the 48 had a little bit of rear end damage. So I'm wondering if that's hindering that outside as Mark Mann abandons that outside. It goes to the bottom lane. Looks like the 44 of Anthony English wants to go up top. He made the decision halfway, and the 31 of Todd Poston made it for him, and he's going to get stuck up there at the top, but no help for him right now as that outside line pretty much just disappeared within like half a lap, maybe even like a corner, KR. But
it sure did. Jordan Wright fell back quite quickly. Jordan Wright went from the lead. He finds himself in 9th spot right now on the outside of the 15 of Rick Greenaway.
If the closest person to Anthony would be, and even the 48 just hopped to the bottom line, and you're going to have the 31 of Todd Poston and then the 343 Russ Hancock go back out to the top lane just as the 44 went to the bottom. And it looks like the 31 has a head of steam pushing the 343 right now. They're going to get joined by the 9 of Pondo Co, who follows the momentum on the bottom and goes back to that bottom lane, and that's not going to help that outside line right there, KR. They're going to need a little bit more commitment than that.
But now the 21 of Holloway, who stayed out last time he was on pit lane, was lap 14. So he still has plenty of fuel in his tank, about 6 laps less than the rest of the field. He was one of several drivers who stayed out. And Holloway being pushed hard by J.R. Johnson in the 37 machine. JR, who had been running a number 9 Coors paint scheme. I believe it was Coors. Like a Bill Elliott throwback paint scheme. He's running an Eagle 137 here tonight.
Yeah, he's looking sharp out there. He's driving that old Mo.
Oh, big trouble. Pondo Co involved. Russell Hancock, Anthony English, Jordan Wright. Rick Greenaway gets a piece of it, and the 23 of Collins gonna squeak by once again. Collins being up on the wheel here all night long. Let's watch this one from Collins' point of view.
That was good heads-up driving right there.
So Collins survives another one. take another look at this one.
I'm just worried that with you pointing out his great evasiveness, it's gonna happen here soon.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry, Collins. Broadcaster's curse and all that.
It looked like that was another bomb, like another car got loose moment there. Could be wrong.
All right, so as the field gets caught up behind the pace car, we are going to step away for a quick moment. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to fire them off once again as we work lap 29 of 80. Daniel Holloway in the 21 on the inside of row number 1 for this restart. J.R. Johnson on his outside. The 3 of Paul Servant on the inside, row number 2. And on the outside, the honorary member of the Beer Crack here tonight, that is the 6 of Dustin Barber. Get her done, Dustin. Good luck here tonight. No reason whatsoever for these beer cracks. We pick a random person to do it. I mean, water. That was totally a soda. And the 21 of Holloway gets on the throttle. And we are back underway. Travis, take it away as I bury my face in shame.
Dan Holloway leads us into turn 1. going on the inside line, being pushed by the 3 of Paul Servant. That 37 of J.R. Johnson been looking pretty stout all night. We'll see how the 6 does on this restart pushing him here, but I really noticed there was a long line of cars coming to that restart behind this field. So field looking pretty spread out in terms of 2x2, as the outside line not really going for a big wiggle from the 37, but Dan Holloway is going to easily lead this lap, going on to lap number 31, as somebody just disappeared from existence and came back. But KR, tonight it seems like maybe everybody's a little bit on edge because of them having a full tank of fuel tonight, or something.
Yeah, maybe everyone taking timing's off. I think everyone's timing's off.
Yeah.
Let's just call it their timing is off. The cars are a little bit heavier, a little bit more sluggish, and they're just used to a certain timing. In baseball, that's why the pitcher throws a changeup and a fastball combo, because the batters get used to certain timing, and then you see that changeup come when you're used to a fastball. All of a sudden, you're swinging a good 2 hours before the ball crosses the plate. So here we are. But here's the thing: cream always rises to the top. Drivers who can adapt, overcome, find a way to make this work. Right now, that is Daniel Holloway and J.R. Johnson. Paul Servant in the 3. Despite all of his issues, he has not given up on the front row or trying to put his car in victory lane. And then Dustin Barber in the 6. He's been making his way forward. He has gained 14 positions since the drop of the green flag. He's inside the top 5 for the first time tonight. He is looking very solid here in that 6 machine.
Yeah, and we're 33 laps into this, KR, and out of the 24 drivers that started, we've only lost 1. So even though all of the incidents and all the damaged vehicles, there's quite a few damaged cars still out there. Like the 61 of DJ Mitchell, he has pretty good about a rear.
And they saved it. Look at that skill, pure skill.
What did I just miss? I see it now. Ooh, a little bit of iRacing netcode there, but man.
Right through the tri-oval too, the worst place to make contact, and everyone able to hold on to it. J.R. Johnson, Daniel Holloway, Rick Seabrands, all getting through that issue. We are creeping up on the halfway here, Travis Elliott. We're working lap 34 of 80. And everyone came down pit road last time, and you mentioned only 1 car out of this race that started. That is Nick Mills in the 46 out of this race on lap 11. Everyone else on the lead lap, 23 cars on the lead lap. So everyone that is out on track right now has a shot at winning this race, and 2 drivers just turned their fastest lap of the race. That's Bryce Hunter and Dana Osborne.
And not surprised, Dana has pretty much the toe of the entire pack right now. And he looks like his car is fairly clean, so he might be playing it conservative, not have any more fast repairs. But I have to say that the 37.6 and the 27 have been doing a pretty good job of keeping this outside line to where it has a little bit of hope, as essentially the entire field is on the bottom, as a big wiggle from the 21, maybe got a bad bump from the 3 of Paul Servant there. But that could have been a lot worse than what it was just then. It looks like if 21 and 3 are going to recover from that very well, not lose really any ground to that 3-car outside line there. And it helps when you have such a great pusher as the 3 of Paul Servant and he shows that very well. But Dustin Barber on that outside, showing that he's no slouch either, keeping that outside line alive. as we are coming to lap 37, almost a halfway, KR. Almost a halfway.
Rick Greenaway in the 15 machine is pulled onto pit lane here. A little bit of connection issues for Greeny. Hopefully he gets that figured out and can get back out there. Rick Greenaway, constant streamer. You can find him on the interwebs. Greenaway Family Racing. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry, Rick. Blame Travis. He did not do a good job at his notes. But Rick Greenaway, all you gotta do is just type in Greenaway, and you can find his streams all over the interwebs. He would love to hear from you, and hopefully he gets back out here in that 15 machine. But right now, the 21, Daniel Holloway, your race leader, the 37 of J.R. Johnson, hanging tough on that outside lane. He has Dustin Barber still pushing hard on him. Our top two lines have not changed since the drop of the green flag, despite everything that has happened.
Yeah, like I said, that outside line's doing a good job of maintaining, but you know they're really not gaining a lot of time. As right there was probably one of their closest pushes, with the 6 almost getting the 37 cleared. Not quite clear for comfort's sake, but they're doing okay. They're gonna need a lot more cars. It's apparent. It could be, you know, the fuel, like we said earlier. You know, the car, it's heavier. It has a whole other half tank of fuel in there, and it can really weigh the car down. And it's apparent. It really is when you run these cars on less fuel. As they get a good run at a turn 2. We'll see if they can clear it here. It looks like the 37 might get it. Oh, it's so close. No. Oh my goodness. The 21 gives him all the space in the world, and he clears himself. That could have been awful.
We're watching that call from the back here with Russell Hancock. Very close racing. The 343 machine of Hancock finding himself in 19th spot, but he has the fastest lap of the race at a 44.402. He's just hanging back and chilling right now. And man, that 343 has been fast all race long.
21 with a big wiggle out of turn 2, got all sideways, and that's gonna the 21 and 3 are just gonna go right around the 37 of J.R. Johnson, and the 37 is just gonna get hung out to dry right here. But if he gets some help, he might. He's getting Jimmy Reynolds behind him. But now the 3 and the 21, just too good. They work so well together. Obviously they're teammates, so it's unfortunate. The 37 pretty much cleared himself, and Dan Holloway gave him the biggest gift of 2021 I think I've ever seen somebody give on a racetrack. So I don't think you're going to see any more gifts from the 21 tonight to the 37 KR.
Well, here we are. This is let's take a look at this one. J.R. Johnson in the 37 working down the backstretch. We were watching this live from the 343 of Hancock. But J.R. Johnson in the 37 just slices down. Holloway had to check up. And yeah, Travis, I'll tell you what, that is close.
If like I said, he gave him a gift. There's not gonna be many more of those though. You really hate to see it though, because the 37, 6, and 27 worked multiple laps to get that run. And props to the 37 for making that move. Like I said about Paul Servant earlier, it takes a certain type of driver to clear yourself like that. It's something. As the entire field is now single file, KR, they said the pit window was about 39 laps, and we just hit that window, so we're probably going to see some guys come in here in probably the next 5 to 10 laps maybe.
One of our keys to the race was green flag pit stops. our fuel window is open to make it our scheduled distance. Keep in mind, we could have a green-white checkered attempt or two. And if that comes into play, I think these drivers are going to hold on until they have enough fuel to cover any sort of extra laps we need. But that fuel window is open. Oh, Todd Poston out of shape. The 61 of DJ Mitchell making his way on the pit road. Jordan Wright and Russell Hancock. But man, what a break for Todd Poston. That did not look like a normal entry for pit lane.
That he was definitely coming in way too high. I think he got on the banking there. Yeah, he got on the banking a little too early. It was great awareness right there. Heads up driving to not send that car right into the inside wall there, but and to get it on the pit road under pit road speed. That was a great job by him. But yeah, the three wide guys just hit pit road, and I believe they are the only ones to hit pit road right now, as most of the field is on. They pit the last time they pit was about 16 laps ago. So scratch that, about 17 laps ago. So they're definitely gonna the three wide guys definitely doing an undercut there. So we'll see how that serves them coming to the end of this race right now.
All right, so they have set the tone for the rest of their race. Daniel Holloway not coming down pit road just yet. Jordan Wright, Russell Hancock, Todd Poston, and DJ Mitchell.
Oh, looks like Jordan Wright maybe had a penalty heading back down pit road.
On pit road.
And that's gonna hurt Russ Hancock also. He's gonna have no real help. They didn't really get out of pit road together too good, as his two teammates, the 61 and the 31, are just now coming out of turn 2, and Russ Hancock is about to get swallowed up by the leaders right now. The single file line being led by the 21 of Dan Holloway and the 3 of Paul Servant. And the 37, J.R. Johnson, still sitting up there in P3. I think everybody's pretty content. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go enough to where they have for both of the green-white checkers. You're going to see 82. I thought he was going down pit road, but look, he just got a little loose. These cars are a little on edge, KR. At least it does to me.
So here we go into turn number 1, the 21 of Daniel Holloway, the 3 of Paul Servant, the 37 of J.R. Johnson, your top 3. They are swallowing up the 3 wide motorsports drivers who all pitted. They came off of pit road, scattered, and very much unlike a team. Todd Poston and DJ Mitchell, the only 2 who are hooked up. Russell Hancock has gone a lap down along with Jordan Wright. So
yeah, I don't know if I don't know if you saw this, but there was just it wasn't a yellow flag, but the 7-Eleven of Mr. Squirman Herman got to the apron a little bit, right up in front of the 343 of Russ Hancock, causing a big checkup and a big scattering right there going into the middle of 1 and 2. And I believe the 343 is his car is bent right now, but no caution, which is surprising. But yeah, that's unfortunate for the 7-Eleven and the 343.
Yeah, we did not catch all of that, so thank you for seeing that for us. But man,
yeah, that's why the field's even more spread out. You had, like, it was towards like the back of the pack also, but Les Levy had to lock it up on the racing surface. So a lot of good cars, you know. It's the full tank of fuel, man. Just messing with everybody's head.
All right, so let's do a quick breakdown here of your top 5. Daniel Holloway in the 21, your race leader, Paul Servant. 2 teammates working together. They're going to make their way onto pit road. Oh, no, J.R. Johnson, hold on to it, J.R.
What a save. What a save.
Save of the race, and he is going to lose a spot to Jimmy Reynolds. But man, I think I'd take that after that horrendous impact he got as he came down pit road. Jason Collins staying out, Bryce Hunter staying out, and Dustin Barber staying out, but several drivers hitting pit lane. You know what? I'm done trying to go through the field, because as soon as you start it, all the other drivers are like, oh, let's make the broadcaster's job more difficult.
Yep.
Jerks. All of them.
I'm watching that that save by the 37 there.
Here come the next set of drivers. That is Jason Collins, Bryce Hunter, Dustin Barber, and Dan Harrington, all on the pit road. Chris Akers and Dana Osborne now assume the race lead. Les Levy, and that is Mikhail Hinton, a zombie, making it out there. They have not hit pit road just yet. So 4 drivers remain to hit pit lane to round out this pit stop. And the top of this race, we said green flag pit stops are going to be important. How about that? J.R. Johnson coming down pit road under green, had to make a huge save. What else did you see from the drivers who hit pit road?
Saw the 99 almost smack the inside wall, which on the screen he'd be the 9. Bryce Hunter, close call with the inside wall of pit lane. Enough to get me a little on edge there, but yeah, KR, the 4 drivers who haven't pit, they're on 25 lap, somewhere in there laps since their last pit stop, so they're definitely taking advantage of having a full tank right now. The only thing that I'm worried about is they have about a half track on Dan Holloway as they're going into turn 1. Chris Akers and them are just now coming out of turn 4. So I'm wondering if they're either one, banking for a caution and a quick splash of fuel down pit road, but the more laps they turn, the more fuel that they have to take towards the end of the race, which it's a trade-off. I mean, they gained back a lot of time. This is some of the drivers that got affected by the incident with Stephen Herman and Russ Hancock. So they're definitely taking full advantage of it right now, in my opinion, KR.
So through this green flag pit stop cycle, we have put several cars 1 lap down. As you see, the 82 of Dan Harrington go a lap down. He will join Jason Grames, J.R. Johnson, Stephen Herman, Jordan Wright, and Russell Hancock, all as drivers who are off the lead lap. Harrington, the first car 1 lap down. Chris Akers, your race leader. Russell Hancock going to lose another lap here in that 343, and a tough break for Russell Hancock. He had all kinds of speed here tonight.
Yeah, I think at one point he had the fastest lap, and I think he got dethroned by someone. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, it's unfortunate. You see a lot of fast cars get taken out.
Well, Russell Hancock had the fastest lap of the race. Was fastest in practice and started up front in qualifying. So a lot of speed in that car, but the race going south for him.
And it looks like trying to find the gap to from P4 of is it Michael or
I've been saying Mikhail, but it could be Michael. No one's told me otherwise.
Well, I'll just call them the 63.
There you go.
Gap from the 63 to the 21, about 28 seconds. So that's about half a lap. Well, actually, it's a little bit over half a lap. So I don't really know if they're gaining time on them yet, but looking at the field, you got maybe P5 through P11 are within one another. You got it's Todd Posh and DJ Mitchell, and the last car on that pack being led by 21 of Dan Holloway, Sean Stevens. So they're definitely within that quote unquote lead pack, since they are the first cars who have pitted, at least the leaders who have pitted. So it's definitely going to be interesting when they're going to come down pit road, Chris Akers and them.
Last week's winner, the driver in the 27 machine, that is Sean Stevens. He is right there in striking distance with everyone who has made a pit stop. Sean Stevens picking up that season opener race win in that key Realty 27 machine. Right now he is riding behind the 28 of Jimmy Reynolds, Mark Mann just ahead of him, the 3 of Paul Servant, and then the 21 of Daniel Holloway. And I've said it before, but Paul Servant in the 3, even though he's Canadian, has really adapted quite nicely to this American style of racing.
I mean, according to everybody, you just turn left, right?
No, just turn left. If you turn left, right, you're on dirt.
I'm glad you caught that. But yeah, I mean, who knows? I don't know, KR. I don't know too much about Canadian racing.
You know what? We say that, but Canada does have the Cast Car Series. There's a big oval following in Canada, and they do have the Villeneuves.
Yeah.
That they are well celebrated in Canada. Famous Formula One drivers, Formula One champions.
There's a whole track named after them.
Yeah. Gilles, Alice Nueves. Paul, I'm sorry. I'm disrespecting Canada. All in good fun, though.
Just call it Montreal.
The Villeneuves, Jacques, and Gilles were always entertaining for me to watch. And unfortunately, I did not ever get to see the patriarch, Gilles Villeneuve, get to race in real life. But man, watching him on YouTube, he's how I would drive if I was ever, Yeah.
Oh, as we were just talking about, Formula One legends, Dana Osborne, Chris Akers, and the 63, all hitting pit road. But the person who did not get that memo was the 62 of Les Levy. So I think Les kind of got caught out there, not expecting a pit stop so quickly. But I don't think he's gonna miss out too much as Chris Akers and Dana Osborne, those top 8 cars now, top 7 cars, I'm gonna say, just walked past him.
Yeah,
and
Daniel Holloway blew by Dana Osborne. Les Levy is your race leader. But here's the interesting part. Les Levy has, 4-second lead over Daniel Holloway. That is still half a track. Levy last on pit road on lap 28. That is a big stretch to make it on fuel.
I mean, realistically, if we're going off, they have like about 40 laps of fuel. We'll say 38 because he might have been leading some.
Well, he's leading now. He's the lead car in this pack. Might be a 2-car pack, but he is leading now, so he's going to be burning that fuel. But yeah, go ahead, Travis. Carry your thought.
He could probably take less than half a tank of fuel. He doesn't have to take a full tank here. I mean, the gamble could pay off. And he has help of the 82. He's past the 88 of Dana Osborne, who was in the same group as him. So, and Dan Holloway and them are still 24 seconds behind him. So if he can get on and off, maybe he can get the 82 of Dan Harrington to pit with him, and just take a little bit under half a tank of fuel, maybe get in and out of pit road. A lot of ifs though.
There are so many ifs right now, and let me tell you, if Les Levy wins this one, I'm not cracking a beer. I am cracking open my very expensive bottle of whiskey. It's Maker's Mark, and I am saving. I bought this bottle before Les even did this paint job, and I haven't opened it. And when I saw this paint job that Les did, I was like, you know what? If he wins one, we are gonna crack open this Maker's Mark, and I am going to do a Maker's Mark for Les Levy. And man, he's got a shot. I don't know if it's gonna work out for him strategy wise, but that's why we run all the laps.
Dan Holloway is, they're gaining time, but not like a pack of, what is it, 7 cars should.
Correct.
And as the race winds down and Les Levy's tank empties, those 7 drivers are going to start racing each other harder and harder. And it might pay off for Les here, because they might race each other so hard that there's a caution. Boom. Les is in the lead. They junked all themselves, and he just takes a splash of fuel, and he's good.
Yeah, but he's going to take that splash of fuel and give up all that position if a caution comes
and
out.
He's going to get the caution. Jimmy Reynolds hard into the wall. No caution yet. He got it off track. Of course, I caught that as soon as I clicked back to that second pack.
And Reynolds hard into the wall, down to the inside, and yeah, I can see why the caution did not come out.
A very heads up by Jimmy there.
But it's not over yet. The 28 machine has not hit pit road. Jimmy Reynolds, when we go back live, puffing his way down the back stretch. Les Levy in the 62 gonna flash by. 15 laps to go, gonna be 14 this time around. Les Levy gonna have to peel off for pit road. Daniel Harrington does not follow him. So Les all by himself. This is not what we were hoping for if we wanted to see the 62 in victory lane. Daniel Holloway going to quite easily swallow this one up, as the 21, the 3, and the 04 have been running nose to tail here.
Yep, he almost had it. He almost had it with the 28 getting out of shape there, and there goes the pack.
Frog Popper says, I'm gonna keep drinking if Les wins or loses. A fist pump right there. You can't see. I don't have the camera on me. Fist pump to Frog Popper. But man, I guess that bottle stays sealed. That Maker's Mark bottle sealed for another night, and I am gonna save it, I think, for when Les Levy wins a race. So Les,
I feel like I need to
please hurry up.
I feel like I need to. It needs to be a community, like a group effort to get that to happen.
Right? I mean, depending on how important that group effort is, I could drain the whole bottle.
Just have a whole season. Just let us win.
Right? And then I'll be like, why did I do this?
Why did I say this? Why did I say this on camera?
Oh, my liver just crawled out my butt and said I quit.
Please no. Oh man.
All right. So the 21 machine of Daniel Holloway has assumed the lead. Paul Servant, Mark Mann, your top 3. Sean Stevens in the 27. right there as well. And then in 5th place, that is DJ Mitzel. This race really starting to wind down. Our top 5 do have a bit of a gap to Todd Poston in the 31 machine. And then it is a big gap to Pondo Co in the 9. Todd Poston working with some lap down cars. Pondo Co finds himself, well, about 14 seconds off the race lead, but Chris Akers, Jason Collins, all right there, along with Anthony English and Dustin Barber.
Yeah, that lead pack, the leaders there just caught up with a couple lap cars there. Almost didn't get out of their way for a second. It kind of looked like they didn't realize that they were coming up on them that fast. But you know, like you said, Todd Poston was about a second and a half off of with the 61 of DJ Mitzel. So maybe with that new influx of cars, you can get a little bit more help. As now the 37 of J.R. Johnson is going to join this pack here, but he is currently being scored 1 lap down. The first car on 1 lap down. And then the 40 of Jason Graham's behind him. So Todd looks like he's going to be back up with this pack just based on the few cars that were added there. And coming this time by KR on lap 71. We're within 10 to go, and it's about to, I think it's about to start popping off here.
That 31 machine, you give him
going outside.
I was getting ready to say, if you give him a whiff of a race win, he will find a way to make it happen. And here he is. He has his teammate tucked in behind him, Steven Herman, 1 lap down, but trying to push his teammate to the race lead. Todd Poston working that outside lane. He's going to work by another teammate in the 61 of DJ Mitzel, and John Stevens from Alliance Motorsports. Now he pulls even with him. Mark Mann in the 04, his next victim. So this outside lane, ooh, big wiggle by Squirmin' Herman. He's earning that nickname there. But Todd Poston, undeterred, trying to work his way forward.
You know, he's that like about last lap where he made that run. Steven Herman wasn't really on his bumper, giving him huge pushes. He's doing that by side draft. You can see him kind of get down to that low line for a split second, get that kind of draft off of that inside line, which I'm surprised when he was making that huge run. I'm surprised that the 61 didn't come up and try to take some of that momentum, and the 61 jumps up in front of his teammate, and the 27 Sean Stevens wants to go up there also. He wants to get another win, get locked in for this for the playoffs this season. Kind of hampered that outside line for a second, but he's going to get a shove by the 61. And I'm wondering if Mark Mann jumps up in front of that 27 to take some of this chance, and he does not go up there. So the 27 is being pushed by the 61 and the 31, and that outside line is getting a few more cars, one of them being the 40 of Jason Graham's. So they have a lot of help, whether or not they're on the lead lap. You don't really care, as the 27 gets side by side with the 3 of Paul Servant, and he's going to be even with Dan Holloway. Probably coming out of turn 2, middle of the back straight maybe, but the 61 gets a bad entry into turn 1 there, KR. It's going to have a really bad time off of turn 2.
Ooh. Paul Servant slices up in front of the 27 at the last moment. A bold move coming off of turn number 2. That's going to give the race lead to the 3. But as they go into turns 3 and 4, that inside line has all the momentum. Servant could not make the pass down the backstretch, and now he runs door to door, wheel to wheel with the 04 of Mark Mann. Daniel Holloway in the 21, trying to hold on to pick up his first win of this season. We have 6 laps to go. I'll tell you what, a 21 machine and the 3, I think they have played their cards here. They're going to do all they can to settle this out between themselves?
What I'm looking at right now is you have the 61 and the 31 lined up. Nobody to their outside, KR. And we have seen in the past that 31 pushes teammates from nowhere on the track to wins.
High, wide, and handsome is where they're going to have to go. Because I have a feeling that 3 and the 21, they want to settle this amongst themselves. So,
yep, and the 61 want to play spoilers to that. It's gonna be hard for them to do that if the 3 can't get some assistance there, as they just lost their help. It's only the 27. So DJ and Todd kind of going to the bottom. Hopefully they don't get their hand forced here. But I think that they see that there's momentum on the bottom, and they're going to get side by side with the 27. And it looks like Paul Servant's starting to slip back into this pack right now, KR.
they're falling back a little bit in this outside lane. Now 4 laps to go. Daniel Holloway leading the charge. Mark Mann pushing hard on his back bumper. Now, one of the things we didn't talk about, because we got all of our information in our pre-race show from Candy Shack Motorsports, but our temperatures. Daniel Holloway has been pushed by the 04 Mark Mann for a while now. Paul Servant makes a good run here, but falls back a little bit. And the 04, now he's getting some fresh air. He's pulled back a little bit. But as they come to the stripe, we're going to have 3 laps to go. Candy Shack Motorsports, not known for paying attention to their temperature gauge. And that is one of the factors that is very important here tonight. And Daniel Holloway out in front, Mark Mann doing all he can to keep some fresh air to the nose of his Batmobile. Paul Servant, Daniel Holloway getting all the air they can, but they're just hoping the car behind them doesn't blow up. And Sean Stevens, he'd like to make it 2 in a row.
Yeah, at this moment, you know, I think for me personally, you're in if it's blinking red, who cares? As the 21 goes up to try to block a little bit of that outside line, doesn't really work. Coming to 2 to go this time by, and KR, you said something about the temperatures. The 27's been on the 3's bumper. He's trying to get some fresh air, it looks like, with him poking out that far. So I'm wondering if the 61 and the 31 are noticing that. And the 21 still trying to play both lanes a little bit, trying to figure out where he wants to go. Kind of undecided, and that's going to give the 3 of Paul Servant a little bit of his toe. And that's going to get him back up there. And KR, going into turn 3, we got a 2-wide drag race for the last lap, coming to the white flag through 3 and 4 right now.
Here we go. We have spent 78 laps, 79 laps trying to get to this point. Everyone wants to win a race here in the NSRA Sunday Select Series, presented by 3 Wide Motorsports. The final lap of the race. Here we go. 3 wide. DJ Mitchell in the 61 leading the charge in the outside lane. They drag the wall a little bit, fall back because of that. Daniel Holloway not coming off the yellow line. He's been staying tough there. Mark Mann staying committed to the back bumper of the 21. Meanwhile, Paul Servant trying to work with Sean Stevens. Hard push by the 04. Everyone pushing as hard as they can as they wiggle back and forth. The 61, the 31, they're going to make contact through the corner and fall back just a little bit. I think that is all that this inside lane has needed. As to the line, here comes Daniel Holloway, and he is going to pick up the win here tonight in race number 2 of our 13 race season at Daytona.
What a last lap.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
Can I breathe now? I want to breathe.
Yeah, go ahead and take a few deep breaths right now.
Daniel Holloway picks up the race win. Mark Mann brings it home in 2nd and 3rd, going to the 3 of Paul Servant. And Travis, that is super speedway intense action to a T.
Oh, 100%. They I really think that DJ and Todd had a chance on the outside. They had a couple mishaps where I think they got a little too high up into the groove up there. little too close to that wall, and it kind of hampered their momentum, and then they had that little bit of contact going through 3 and 4. That was a great finish. I now think I understand what Dan Holloway was doing when he was kind of hopping up in front of Paul Servant there. He was letting Mark Mann air his car out, which makes so much more sense than trying to play both lines, just to keep Mark Mann's nose cool so he'd push him the entire time, which heads up on him right there.
All right, let's run through our results real quick as we wait for our drivers to make their way in. Daniel Holloway, Mark Mann, Paul Servant, Sean Stevens, and TJ Mitchell make it into the top 5. And Travis has the next 5.
Oh, sorry, I was in correspondence, but coming home in 6th place, Todd Poston. 7th place, Anthony English. 8th place, Pondo Co. 9th place, Dustin Barber, and in 10th place, Bryce Hunter.
Chris Akers in 11th. 12th goes to Dan Harrington. Dana Osborne 13th. 14th goes to Les Levy and J.R. Johnson, the first car, 1 lap down in 15th spot.
Coming home in 16th place, the 7-Eleven of Squirmin' Herman himself. 17th, the 63 of Michael Hinton. The 8 and 18th, the 40 of Jason Grames. Coming home in 19th, Jason Collins. And in P20, Jimmy Reynolds.
Jordan Wright, Russell Hancock, Rick Greenaway, and Nick Mills make up the rest of the field, and they did not start JD Crow. Tough break for him as something happened. He had to bail out, but JD Crow scored in 25th spot here tonight. So as Daniel Holloway celebrates his win with the 3 of Paul Servant on the front stretch, let's go ahead and get right into this one. Let's fire it off as Travis Elliott has caught up with our race winner, Daniel Holloway.
Hey, Mr. Daniel Holloway, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
We just watched a fantastic race. I'm pretty sure KR passed out for a second on the last lap, calling that last lap, because it was intense, man. Watching it up in the booth, I was kind of figuring that when you were kind of hopping up in front of the 3 of Paul Servant coming out of the turns, I was kind of thinking that you're trying to block a little bit, but kind of dawned in my head, were you trying to keep Mark Mann's nose cool?
Both, actually.
Okay.
Trying to keep that outside line. If they were gonna run, then I would have maybe grabbed that high side and keep Mark cool low. Then they kind of fell apart a little bit. A lot of mirror driving is what I was going for. I know Mark, one heck of a Batman guy. Yeah, what a race. Whew. Yes.
Yeah, that you pretty much like answered my question of what was going like through your head, and just, I mean, it was great heads up driving, looking in your mirror, because anything can really come up from anywhere. You had the 63 of or the 61 of DJ Mitchell and Todd trying stuff on the top, and it's good to keep your options open like that. It's good when you have your teammate right there with you, kind of racing to the end. But great way to get the W out there, man.
Yeah, thank you. And it was just fuel for me. I did not take one set of tires tonight, and felt it towards the end, getting a little squirrely. I don't know if it was showing up on the broadcast tonight when I was getting pushed. She started to dance a little bit in the rear end, but wow, what a race. Good green flag pit stops, and you got to thank my team, Candy Shack, Chris and Dana. They were kind of off a little bit with me and Paul, and so they had to run their course there, and hopefully maybe a caution to get them back up. But once field settled down and everything, and man, that was green flag all the way there.
Yeah, y'all did a great job on strategy. You want to give any thank you, shout outs, anything like that?
Yeah, shout out to NSRA. Awesome league to be in. It's a tough season, gonna be tons of guys in here, tough competitors, week in, week out with everybody racing here. The admins, Candy Shack, one heck of a crew that we got here as a team. And I want to shout out to Mark Mann, pushing the heck out of the bumper there. So I got one for him for this season if he's there for the win. So I'll give that one back to him on that one. Return the favor. And LSRT, or shoot, that was last night. Turn 3, sorry.
Yeah, that was last night, man.
Hashtag rude.
I mean that's kind of what 6 hours around Coke Speedway does to you, though.
Oh yes, that's it. So you guys turn 3, so I'm gonna go watch this broadcast probably tomorrow, and go at it again tomorrow night.
All right, 10-4, man. Much love. See you on the track tomorrow. Go burn it down a little bit more. Celebrate.
Wish I could. I'm out of fuel.
Well, way to get it right to the end.
Yeah, there was no looking back.
All right, man. Good job.
All right, so that was Daniel Holloway, your race winner, as he runs out of fuel. But now let's move on to the driver who finished second place here tonight, and that is the 04 of Mark Mann. And Mark, you put this thing into second place here with a solid run to the checkered finish line.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm happy with the second after last week went for me. So, man, I'll take that. I'm happy that Dan won that race. He's a teammate of mine in another series. So I wasn't going to leave him there. Now he owes me one. I always like to have one of those in the bag.
We stayed hooked up behind the 04, or you're in the 04. You stayed hooked up behind the 21 for a while. We saw this lap after lap after lap, and we started worrying about your fuel. But then we noticed the 21 was maybe drifting up a little bit in the corners. Was that planned moves, or was that a way to keep your radiator cool? Walk us through.
That was Dan just knowing what to do and knowing that I was getting hot, so he was coming up and just letting me get enough air into that radiator to keep the temps just right. Otherwise, there was a couple times there I got way in the red, and he somehow knew, and that was important for his win. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have. I was just going to blow the engine. So, but yeah, those last 20 laps or so were just kind of ride it out, save fuel, and just be there at the end, get a good finish.
Well, you finish in second place here tonight, the second race of the season, and the Batmobile doing a good job overall. And Mark Clark, been watching you here, week after week.
Mm-hmm.
Keep chipping away at it. You gonna hit victory lane next week?
I'm certainly gonna try. I mean, I was knocking at the door tonight. I probably could have stepped out and took a stab at it. But as you could see, the cars were really, really loose when the fuel load got light. So I don't know. I just, after last week, that was in the back of my mind. I just felt like a top 3 would be the place I needed to finish tonight. I'm always a long-term thinker when it comes to these seasons. You just want to be there at the end for the chase and have a shot at it. So and I'm not going to do that finishing 14th and 20th every night. So
here you are finishing in second, man. Nice job. Congratulations on that. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Well, Mayor Clark for sure, and all the fans and friends at home. NSRA always for putting this on. This is a great series. You guys at Turn 3, my teammates, congratulations to Dan and Paul for top 3. And have a good night, man. Thanks for broadcasting.
All right, Mark, good luck. And man, I hope everything comes out all right for you in your post-race activities.
You know it, bro.
No further comment till after the showers. All right, Mark. Nice job tonight.
Take it easy.
All right, Travis. Now we move on to the driver who has finished in third place here tonight. And the lone Canadian. That's Paul Servant.
How you doing, guys?
Yeah, hey, hang on, real quick. Hey, Carrick, what's the name of that track in Montreal that they? What's it called?
Gilles Navis Nueves Villeneuve.
Jacques Villeneuve.
Oh man. Okay, I'm sorry. I listened to Carrick butcher the name for probably a solid minute. It was great.
Listen, I butchered it out of good fun, Paul.
Oh, all good, all good.
It's Gilles Villeneuve Speedway.
Gilles Villeneuve.
Yeah, I didn't plug my nose. I'm sorry, I'm American. I don't plug my nose when I talk like French and Canadians. But yeah, lot of respect despite everything jokey and I said.
10-4, all good, man, all good.
But yeah, we saw you out here, start of the race, had a little mishap there.
Yeah, noob move. I was still in fourth. I was checking my tires and checking them off and everything, not take tires in pits, and guys were talking in the room, and I just wasn't paying attention.
See, that's why you gotta have somebody always say gear check, man.
Yeah. Well, Dan usually does it, but like I said, we were all chatting, and we were just carrying on, and yeah, we need to be more serious on these starts.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Dan Holloway, bad teammate. but I mean, you shook that off. You had a few more moments of tonight earlier in the race, and I mean, here you are sitting P3. You definitely had a chance to go out and take this win from the 21 there. Y'all had a great strategy. Dan said he just ran out of fuel not too long ago when he was doing burnout. So obviously the fuel strategy was right. Y'all made the right call. What do you think could have helped you there try to get that win there at the end?
Well, at that point, we were just. I wanted to be side by side with Dan and force the guys behind us if they wanted to make a move to take it 3 wide. And Dan was pulling off a little bit, coming off high a little bit, so I can catch the draft off his quarter panel and keep me close, so I can suck back up. And that was helping a lot. And I told him he's in good position, and Mark was there to push him. So.
Yeah, but definitely looked like he was. And he said he was playing a little game with you on the outside, trying to keep you behind him, but also keep Mark Mann's nose clear of anything. But definitely worked out for you guys at Candy Shack. You always perform well, and you got 2 of your drivers in the top 5, so can't complain too bad.
No, we needed. I needed this. Last week was a terrible race, so we needed to finish well, and we did.
Well, I heard since I wasn't here, it didn't count. So,
well, it counts.
but next week we're gonna be at I think KR told me we're gonna be at the generic Cola Speedway. So.
Oh yeah. I love those high speeds. We'll see how it goes.
It's gonna be something to watch. I don't know how many laps it is, but every single lap, KR about passed out on the last lap talking. So.
I love those high speeds. We'll see. I mean. Who knows? That's like you got like a 10% chance of surviving it. So
yeah, I said whenever you wreck it at iRacing Super Speedway, you wreck.
Yeah, you definitely want to, when you wreck, and try and protect your front end, not to destroy it. Hopefully get around the track and still have a motor, but yeah, definitely want to try and protect it when you're wrecking. It's going to be hard to do at the speeds we're running.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to watching that race next week. But before then, do you want to give any shout outs, thank yous to anybody out there tonight?
You guys, Turn 3, NSRA, the league, put this on every season. The fans watching, my team, Dana, Chris, Dan. We communicate well, we work well. We lost the 2 of them tonight. And I guess there was a wreck and they had to check up and they never could recover from that. So we'll get back at it next week, and that's it.
All right, man. You have a good night. Go celebrate with your teammates. Go have some fun. Go to bed, whatever you want to do tonight. But looking forward to seeing you on the track next week, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hope it was a good show for you guys.
Oh, it was. Very was.
Thanks.
All right, so that was Paul Servant finishing in a 3rd, and Travis. We're all wrapped up here, man. Nothing left but to maybe make fun of how I pronounce, people from Canada.
I think next week we have to do another famous circuit.
Yeah, but at least it's in English.
Nah, I'll find one that's not.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining us here tonight. Hope everyone enjoyed the show. Daniel Holloway, Mark Mann, Paul Servant, all finishing on the podium here tonight. We head to the iRacing Super Speedway, or as Travis likes to call it, generic cola, as in like Dr. Thunder, maybe what's the other one?
Mountain Lightning.
Mountain Lightning,
Fake
whatever you want to
Faygo.
call it. It's done and over with here tonight, and we move on. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And on behalf of everyone here at Turn 3 Racing Network, I'm going to let Travis Elliott sign us off because I feel ornery.
Well, I hope everybody has a great week. We look forward to seeing you at the same, in honor of Mark Mann running a Batman car, same bat time on the same bat channel. Good night.